It is so confusing to a young mind and heart to feel unloved by your very mother. Somewhere in us, we know something is deeply wrong. We feel this is not how it's supposed to be, even if we cannot articulate it at the time. But as that young child, we make sense of it the only way we know how, which is to believe something is wrong with us. We are the bad ones. We must have done something wrong. Why else would our mothers not love us? Often, this belief is reinforced in the form of words and actions by our mothers or in the absence of their comfort and touch. Some of us spend a lifetime trying to fix ourselves. Some of us spend a long time searching for our mother's love. We search everywhere to fill that primal hole. We search in dark alleys and in the arms of people who resemble our mothers in some way. We attract people who are elusive, never quite fully there. We search in our addictions, in our efforts to finally be beautiful and whole. Sometimes we seek out familiar patterns of grasping and being left empty and hungry all over again. We don't necessarily do this on a conscious level, but we do it to finally get it right, to finally heal, to finally feel the love we didn't have and be full for once in our lives. There is something deeply wounding and life altering about not being mirrored with love, and it can take a lifetime of healing work to finally begin to see ourselves with the eyes of love we were never met with as children. But it isn't in the grasping, it isn't in the miracle workshop, or even in the soulmate love of another that we will find our fullness. Instead, we find our fullness when we truly allow ourselves to be seen and loved in our pain and our joy. We find ourselves when we are willing to own our truth, stand in it, and be seen in it. When we have enough compassion and reverence for the precious child we were and reclaim her right to be here. We begin to release the beliefs our mothers passed down to us when we begin to shed light on the stories we were told about who we are. When we begin to see it for what it is, another wounded person's story of themselves. A reviled projection, a secret fear in her own heart, a part of herself she rejects. This standing in our truth is truly an act of love and compassion for ourselves in the end. A willingness to say, I matter, I am here, I am of value, I deserve to be heard and seen. I lived. The more we do this, the more we begin to truly see who we are underneath the story of the mother wound. We begin to allow even more love in. We open ourselves enough to be loved more fully, and the healing begins to move through us more and more.